Moved ahead now, Dewar. Short-handed. Walks in and shoots. And Allmark makes the stop. That was Dewar and Achari on a 2-on-1 short-handed. Here's Tkachuk back on it. Brady Tkachuk. Works in behind the goal. Slides that back to Stützle. Down to Tkachuk. Walks right out. Feeds it across. They score! Drake Batherson power play goal. And Ottawa's got a 1-0 lead.
Defying Drake Batherson starts with the entry. You got to get the puck back. Batherson with the initial push. Now you're going to change sides here, and it's great work. As Tkachuk throws it on the half wall, gets it down. Now there's a lane to the back door. He's going to step. The goaltender has to respect that. Watch, Stuart Skinner has to respect Brady Tkachuk right here, and he slides it through the blue paint to Batherson on the back door. It gets available. Now it's a bouncing puck. He still has to follow through on a tight angle.
That's his 10th goal in 16 career games against the Penguins. Now a turnover, walking right back, get a great chance there. Very good for the Penguins. Here's Clement back with him. Clement behind the goal, plays that back. Carlson knocked it down the line. Erik Karlsson feeds it back. Hard shot, scores! Karlsson holds the line, finds Raquel. The game is tied at 1.
Rocket this off the wall. Erik Karlsson picks it out of the air at the blue line and then puts it on a tee for Raquel, who puts it underneath the bar past Linus Ullmark. But it's a good keep in by Erik Karlsson. Head up, creates a little bit of deception there. So that, if you're Linus Ullmark, you have to respect that Karlsson's going to walk in and shoot that puck, and then Karlsson puts it over. A seam play for...
Here's Kindle with it. Now Clement looks ahead and finds Nick Cousins in with Amadio. Nick Cousins slides it back across, puts it over, scores! Nick Cousins, a minute and 50 seconds into the second period, restores Ottawa's lead. What a bounce.
That ends up beating Chris Letang off of the wall, and Cousins gets the favorable bounce. Sticks with it, the 2-on-1. And I talked about the Pittsburgh Penguins' aggressive D. Now, it got them a goal because Erik Karlsson held the line on the Raquel goal. Well, Letang trying to hold the neutral zone. It ends up a 2-on-1, the pass across. It was such a great passer.
Here's Raquel, walks out and shoots. He fired that wide. Back is Erik Karlsson. That was stripped by Amadio, who's got such a great stick.
He does.
Picked up by Raquel. Plays it back across to Karlsson, moves it and shoots, scores! Erik Karlsson snaps it home and ties the game at 2.
So it's Raquel from Karlsson, now Karlsson from Raquel. This one, it's Raquel with a curl and drag. Watch this play right there. Little curl and drag allows Karlsson some space, and in front is Kindle. And Kindle is in the eyes of Linus Ullmark right there. Ullmark can't track it, and it's perfectly placed by Erik Karlsson to tie the game. But watch Kindle. You see Ullmark trying to go on the left side.
Koivunen centers it for Raquel, walking in, shoots. Ullmark a point-blank save. Raquel centers, and unable to cash there was Justin Brazeau. Plays it on behind the goal, picked up by Chitikov. Swings that back to Clifton, a hard shot at the goalpost. Rebound, Mantha turned away by Ullmark. What a save by Linus Ullmark.
Just terrific work and desperation. Look at the puck right here. Mantha has a wide open net. I think he hit the post here as well. Off the post, and then slides it off the post into Ullmark, and Ullmark sticks with it.
And Mantha standing right there for a tap in.
Man, oh man, you're not going to get a better chance than that if you're Mantha. But Ullmark sticks with it.
There's the Achari with Raquel and Rust. Pass chipped ahead by Dylan Cousins. Finds Tkachuk for Dylan Cousins. Walks it and shoots, and Skinner makes the stop. Karlsson feeds to Rust. Shoots. Ullmark save. Rebound. Great pass. Save and another one for Mantha. Two terrific rebound saves by Linus Ullmark.
Possession. Rust is going to throw it down here. Here's the initial save. The second one. So two unbelievable saves. One with the left pad here on Achari, and then Mantha trying to elevate it. He gets the squash on it. and it stays out. This is unbelievable goaltending from Linus Ullmark, not giving up on the puck. I'm not standing there, Gord. I'm not wearing gear.
Just saying. Here's Heave.
Exactly, that's true.
There's Carlson, beats it across. Hard shot score with Raquel. Power play goal, 6 seconds left in the first penalty. Pittsburgh will remain in the power play as Raquel has his second.
It's so unfortunate because Linus Ullmark gets a big chunk of this. The win off the face-off, Raquel on it, right on the face-off dot with the one-timer. Carlson has to, he sells the shot. This hits the body of Linus Ullmark. Sen's got plenty of time here to get back in this game.
There's Jordan Spence, feeds that down to Stützle with a shot. Rebound score! Balderson's got 2, and the game is tied at
3. To win a draw in the offensive zone, you pop it back. Claude Giroux pops it back, wins that draw. Timmy Stützle's going to throw this towards the net. Stuart Skinner gets a blocker on this, a chunk of it, but it's going to drop right down into the crease, right to Drake Batherson, alone on the back door. Makes the blocker save, and it doesn't take away the ability to make the backdoor save. Now it does. It might jam him up a little bit for him to roll his wrist and direct the rebound to the corner.
After coach's challenge video review, the call on the ice is confirmed. We have no goaltender interference. We have a goal.
Pittsburgh is now 0-9 on goalie interference challenges this season. Batherson. Back down to Dylan Cousins. Stützle feeds it back. Jakob's a hard shot in the goalpost. The New York Islanders, Detroit Red Wings, Boston Red Wings, and all want to see is this game go to overtime. Exactly. In comes Ridley Gregg, busting right in, rolls it on goal, and Skinner makes a pad save. But Kachuk steps in for Ottawa. 3-1 on draws so far. Scramble draw, controlled by Ottawa. Stützle walks right in, feeds it back. Kachuk with a shot blocked by Carlson. Kachuk, Ottawa changing. Brady Kachuk moves in. Stützle comes off the bench. Great move by Stützle. Winds back in, taking a shot away. Skates through the tag. Kachuk shoots, and Skinner makes the stop.
Lost in Elvis, Jakobchuk had jumped on the ice score.
Kachuk wins the faceoff. Stützle walks in. Stützle backhand shot stopped by Skinner, and he quickly corrals the rebound. Drops it back to Chinnikov. 2 to go in overtime. Igor Chinnikov drops it back to Erik Karlsson. Moves around, Kachuk walks it and shoots. Ullmark save, rebound, and Karlsson turned away and tight by Ullmark.
Then the last opportunity, Novak with a fake shot, and Linus Ullmark with the left pad, keeping it out. This is not either team sitting back. This is them going for it.
Batherson hat-trick hunting. Now the other way comes Novak on the breakaway. Tommy Novak in. Oh, what a save by Ullmark. A game saver right there. Batherson moves in and stopped by Skinner. No, scores! Skinner had it and lost it.
Right pad. Batherson stops back and see it goes over top with the right pad, off the post, and drops in. Favorable bounce for Drake Batherson.
Moves it on Ullmark. Chinnikov scores. Ties the shootout at 1 after 2 rounds.
Changes his angle, quick snapshot, and you see Ullmark try to get down and drive his knees to the ice. It's just a little late on the play, and we're tied.
Chance to restore Ottawa's lead in the shootout. Pinto waits and shoots. Skinner makes the stop. And now Pittsburgh can win it.
Stuart Skinner does a good job of following the stick with Shane Pinto. The fake and going forehand, but Skinner doesn't bite on it, and he's far enough out at the top of the crease to take away that space.
And Pittsburgh turns to the 18-year-old Ben Kindle, 1 for 1 in shootouts so far this year. Kindle in on Ullmark, shoots, scores! And the Penguins win it in the shootout.
Head up the whole way, and it just sneaks through